to the big corporations, the big organisations, world media, UK media, the Sun newspaper, the red tabloids, the Daily Mirror, the black tabloids. Do they have control over you and me and the whole world? Welcome to Aldon's Reviews and True Crime.
The search for clues will take him around the world. She is searching for vestiges of the legendary Knights Templar.
You can't become a member through your own will or efforts. You have to be selected. That's also the special status that is conferred. It's not like deciding to join a club. You have to be chosen. And this fact alone boosts a person's self-esteem and elevates their status.
But why all the secrecy if there is nothing to hide?
The Secret Service, a big organisation. Now, did they assassinate JFK? There's already been a shooter in America that's come forward other than Oswald. Was it the FBI? Was it some other big organisation? Let's take modern times. The Trump assassination. Was that something to do with the Secret Service?
Is evident in Washington, D.C. Is the capital of the world's leading economic and military power also the center of a secret world government, as some claim? In scarcely any other city on our planet are secret fraternities as active as they are here. Some presidents are known to have been members of several secret societies at once. Do the fraternities clandestinely determine the guidelines of American policy?
It seems hard to believe they can be so bungling like the Keystone Cops. If you watch this video, you find out. They knew that the man was on the roof because the crowd were telling them for 2 or 3 minutes that he was on the roof. Yet the cops didn't really have any coordination with the Secret Service. Did the Secret Service actually know what was going on? Or was there some other organisation, some foreign organisation, in control?
On top of this building, the left one. I jumped up. Oh my God! You crazy! This is a very serious. That's not the first one. That one, laying down. Did he get himself, Mike, or did they get him from over here?
Even the local Keystone Cops got a leg up onto the building. And then they saw the sniper point their gun. The young, pretty useless young man with a gun. Or was it? Or was he being controlled? This will pose a question on all media. Let's take British media. The BBC, for many years, has it been controlling the nation or trying to control the nation? Has it been a harbour for paedophiles, paedophilic behaviour? How many paedophiles have been protected or unprotected because it can switch like a light switch? Meaning they can do their best to try and bring you down, or they can do their best to raise your profile to the top. What do we think? Put down in the comments what you think. What's going on at the moment with the country? Keir Starmer, or some people are already labelling him Keir Starling. So it appears he's limiting free speech on social media, so you can be put through the courts and imprisoned for saying what you think on social media. Isn't it strange? So we've got to be very careful. We've got to choose our words. Also, we've got to pick our enemies, haven't we? There's a saying, isn't there? Keep your enemies closer than your friends, or something like that. Words such as. Now, if the BBC wanted something pushed out, they'd pay a celebrity to push that out. Or a sportsman that we admire. Once we listen to what they've got to say, we make up our own mind, but do we? Are we influenced by these sports people, these actors, these actresses? When we see a headline in the newspaper or online media, do we believe what they're saying because they're a big corporation, or do we make up our own mind? Can we make up our own mind? Can we go further in this, that, the Secret Service? And we're talking not only the US, but British or all over the world, the Secret Services. Now they've been into kidnapping people, would you believe? And brainwashing people, would you believe? And also assassinations. The BBC's always been connected with the truth, but has it? So if we look at all the supposed propaganda or alleged propaganda going on at the moment, what's happening in Britain? Now the Labour Party is in power. So presumably you would believe a democratic society and they're brought to power by votes. But many people didn't vote, so it was only the people that were voting, a percentage of people, that perhaps brought them into power, but did they? Do you believe the ballot box is rigged? Could that be an easy thing to do? If it's a possibility, then that could happen. It happens in other countries. Dictatorships. Did it happen in America? Many people say that they don't like Trump, but many people say that they do. Are their ballot boxes rigged, or ours rigged? Put down in the comments what you think. Something to think about. The Sun newspaper, let's take the Sun newspaper, the biggest selling newspaper in Britain. Now it's got to be the biggest selling newspaper for some reason. In the past, they've told untruths and proven to be a bit of a porky teller. Now they're very good at reporting some sports, football. Do we agree? But on others sensationalised, what they call stories. Do we think that they're a good newspaper? Possibly. But do you think they have more control than we think? A lot of it is about this, money. I can do a report, send it in to somewhere like the Sun newspaper, and they may take it up, they may not. So if they deemed it to be boring, they probably wouldn't print it. If they deem it to be sensational, they probably would print it, regardless of the truth. So let's go a bit deeper. Assassinations. What do we think happened to Robert Maxwell? Did he really just jump off that boat, or was he assassinated? What do we think of Lady Diana? Do we think she was followed by the paparazzi, tracked down, and had an unfortunate crash where she wasn't wearing a seatbelt? Or did the authorities have more to do with that than we think? So the royal family over the years haven't exactly been role models for a godly type of behaviour, have they really? Why do many of us believe what we see and what we hear? It's a kind of a brainwashing without even meeting the person, without probing or putting anything on their heads or anything, or turning them into mummified figures. No, because we're easily brainwashed. Humans can be hypnotized very easily. They could be hypnotized online. They could be hypnotized en masse. So you can take it or leave it. So you can believe or not believe that there are assassinations from godly type of powers. Perhaps that's the wrong word, bringing religion into it. Let's say on the side of righteousness. And people are being murdered all the time by these righteous organizations or arms, networks of organizations. I'm not saying that they're all connected, because sometimes one arm doesn't know what the other arm is doing. Are we being watched? Technology is there. If you look and see at the gantries on the motorways when you're driving underneath a motorway, you will see cameras, you will see flashes, you'll also see cameras all over the country being put up on the roads. Some of them are disguised, some of them aren't. Some of them are watching you. If you've been a naughty boy or girl, there'll be a camera in your television or in your mobile phone. They don't even need to put the camera there. They did in the 90s, but after that, 2000 onwards, they can view you remotely through your own camera. So you have a camera on your phone, you have a camera on your laptop. They'll be able to tap in remotely, depending how good your technical security is. Satellites. A satellite can read a receipt that you're holding in your hand from above. Anywhere you can see sky, there'll be a camera. That camera can see you. Have you ever wondered who your friends are? Why some people befriend you? Who's speaking to you outside? I don't want to make you paranoid, but some of them will be paid informants and they're working. Some people will be paid to troll the internet. It's a good thing sometimes because they can detect criminal type terrorist behaviour and report it through. There are also other things that are being reported through as well. The software is there and they're doing it. British Transport Police. They're a prime example. They're doing this, but then they're doing a good thing. Ransom gathering from very, very large companies. You don't hear about it, but it goes on. So sometimes, 9 times out of 10, paying the ransom is better than paying the consequences of the downfall of the company and losing all that money. So it's kind of a racketeering type role, isn't it? But you've got to stay one step ahead, haven't you? Within yourself. I think just a realization of what's going on out there is a step in the right direction. Just use your own judgment and remember, it's great to be alive and don't have nightmares.